Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another episode of SUNTZU Podcast. This time we are going to discuss our feature wish list. And joining me today are George.
Hello.
And Astolfo.
Hello, beautiful people.
So we're just going to go straight into it, YOLO Mid Rush style. And the first feature on my wish list are campaigns. So they will basically work as they work in World of Warships. It's not like a single player campaign in Total War, which I know a lot of people were actually requesting for whatever reason. But no, these campaigns would be a sets of missions that you have to complete a stage of the campaign, and then after you complete X amount of stages, you complete the campaign, and you get rewards for every single mission. You get rewards for completing every single stage, and then for completing the entire campaign, and it could get bigger and bigger, obviously. So let's say you would have a campaign based on Alexander's conquest of Persia, where you have those different battles like battles of Ipsus, Gaugamela, conquest of Egypt and Babylon and India at the end. And yeah, you would have missions loosely tied to those events. Obviously, we don't have Persia and India in the game yet. Maybe in the future. So we can't really have those, but yeah, just some missions based or that require you to use Greek commanders or certain unit types, but also, missions that can be completed with anything. So if someone absolutely hates Greeks, they can still complete the campaign. So guys, what do you think?
Well, I mean, we can certainly see the feature like that working in most games that it's been tried in, like the wargaming games, and also in like Conqueror's Blade, for example. They have a similar sort of campaign-esque missions. In that case, they unlock units, but in the case of Total War Arena, it could be cosmetics that I know we'll touch on later in the podcast, probably. But it could also be some form of premium units or something like that we do see in the wargaming titles. So I think there's a lot of potential with that, with the feature, and it's probably a reasonably realistic add-on to expect.
Yeah, I do think that's like a pretty natural place to expand to. Astolfo, your thoughts?
Personally, I agree with it. I like it. You also mentioned that you would be able to complete it with, any faction if you absolutely don't play one of the factions, which I think would be good because a lot of people will pick a favorite faction and only play that faction. But also, it could be an optional feature, right? If they don't want cosmetics for that faction, they don't have to play it, right? So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, basically, you just get some rewards like maybe 1, 3, or 7 days of premium, depending, on the difficulty of the missions, and some silver, some gold, whatever, right? Some minor rewards that are in no way essential but are nice to have. And obviously, like in World of Warships, you have those missions that you can only complete this mission if you have tier 9 or tier 10 Russian battleship, and that's so specific. If you are not like at the end of your research tree, right, you cannot complete that mission. So it kind of sucks, but it's still okay because there are other missions that you can complete even if you don't have those Russian battleships. So the same here. If you don't have tier 10 arches, tier 10 Greek arches even, it's still okay. You don't have to grind tier 10 arches just in order to be able to complete the campaign. You can just complete it with other units. So that should definitely be taken into account when designing those. Okay, I think that's...
Yeah,
Judge?
Yeah, I was just going to say, obviously, you don't want to make it like too locked by specifics. I mean, obviously, you have got to think about what the reward is. For example, when talking about, you'd have to have like tier 10 Greek archers, for example, to complete a certain part or certain campaign as a whole. It wouldn't be such of a problem if the reward was, say, a skin for Kinane, because then chances are, wanting the skin on Kanane, you'd already have something like the tier 10 Greek archers. And also thinking about what the campaigns could actually be, obviously there's a lot of things in the game where you could have some kind of there's lots of campaigns, obviously, that involve the factions that are already in the game. For example, you could have a campaign that gives you a Germanicus skin that involves, obviously, what Germanicus did historically, i.e., targeting barbarian commanders in battles, for example, and killing a certain number of units could get you a Germanicus skin. And in the same way as what I said with the Kanane, you would be able to avoid a lot of the people wanting to unlock something but not having the prerequisites to do so, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, actually, I really like that. So yeah, a mission specific, one mission that tells as Germanicus kill 3 barbarian commanders during a battle, for example. And
Yeah,
then
something like
that
that.
completes the mission, and that little mission gives you, maybe that one gives you the skin, and maybe it's reward for a stage. Well, that's just, details that we don't have to discuss. It's just that general idea that we are presenting. Astolfo, anything to add, or should we move to another feature?
You guys handled it well.
Okay.